Kevin, it's nice to speak to you. Matt is obviously otherwise engaged. How is he and his wife getting on? I'm expecting a baby anytime soon.
Yeah, we're all hoping. I've had very little contact, except this morning I got a text message to say he's at hospital. We all knew where he's at and where his wife is, and it was going to be any minute. So obviously he's off at the hospital. Don't know how long it will be. But the main thing is that it all happened safely, and mother and baby are well. And I'm sure in the fullest of time I'll get a text from him, or we will. And but at the moment, the most important thing for him is to take care of his family. So we wish him well.
Well, please pass on our regards.
Yeah, we will do.
Saturday, Norwich. It was a fantastic performance. How do you bottle that performance up going to Barnsley on Saturday?
Well, I think we've had a couple of really good performances lately, but then sprinkled in it, we had an indifferent performance at Wycombe. But I thought we played really well at home to Charlton. I thought we played really well at home to Portsmouth. I thought we played really well away at Bolton. And I suppose just that little bit of consistency that we were disappointed with a couple of other results and performances probably in between that. But I do think, looking at the way things are evolving, that we're making progress, which is the most important thing. And Saturday's result at Norwich, and probably more importantly, no, it's a cup game, so it's not more importantly because the result is the most important thing in a cup. The performance was a really good performance, and we got absolutely no more than we deserved as far as the result was concerned.
Yeah, Grant Ward went off injured. Have you any news on his welfare?
Not really, but I fear that it's going to be, and I don't know, I'm really only guessing here, but I fear it will be weeks and not days, and he will be sorely missed because he gives us something that we haven't got in terms of his energy levels in the middle of the park, and he's done very well. Scored a terrific goal on Saturday, I thought, a terrific goal. So we'll miss him.
And it's great to have James Connelly back in the building. Yeah. Could he be involved this weekend? I think he came back from Morecambe with a little injury.
Yeah, he's trained, and he trained today for the whole of the session, so I see no reason why, if the manager sees fit, if he wasn't involved in, or he couldn't be involved in some shape or form. It's good to have him back. Obviously, a boy I know well, who I've got to say I was slightly surprised when I saw him. I was not here at the time, but knowing what he's capable of, and I actually saw Portsmouth game, which was the first game of the season. I went to that. Bristol Rovers' first game, and I thought he played well in a team that really tried to play out from the back. Bristol, was evident that was what they'd been working hard on, and I thought he was key to that. So I was surprised, if I must be honest, that he was allowed to go out on loan, but he did, and we've recorded him, and certainly as from a personal level, I'm glad to have him back.
And Matt Taylor's now starting to settle in at the football club.
Yeah.
What persuaded you to come back to Bristol Rovers, and how much are you enjoying working with the football club?
Well, it was Mangs who had asked me originally. Obviously, Joey had left, and Mangs was made caretaker, and obviously a club like Bristol Rovers would have really liked to have been given an opportunity, and Mangs, without a shadow of a doubt, has got a bright future in football, and actually was the reason why I came back, because obviously they were short of bodies with Joey leaving, and he'd asked me if I would come back for that period of time, which I was happy to do, and I thought he was unlucky really, because I thought he'd done well, he'd done very well, and anyway, it wasn't to be, and Matt was happy to talk with me. I've come up against him, and I've met him on a couple of occasions and been in opposite dugouts with him before, but I obviously don't know him on a personal level, so I must be honest, I was somewhat surprised. But obviously I was more than happy to agree to have a conversation with him. And at this stage in sort of my footballing life, the most important thing for me is going to be my relationship with him. if he thinks it works and I can add something, whatever that is, and I'm happy with that, then I'm happy to continue. If he's not happy in any way, shape or form, or I'm not, then it's never at this stage for me about anything other than the relationship and how I can help Matt predominantly. So, and I think he's a very nice man. We seem to get on okay. Hopefully, from my perspective, we do. He knows what he wants, which is always a good thing, and I think he's started very well. So, and he's at a very good club. So, everybody's looking forward to the future.
And the future's my final question. In your experience, it's a long season, 46 games. Rovers are finding some form. What can Rovers realistically achieve in the league between now and the end of the season, do you think?
I think we can have some improved performances and some improved results. That's what we can have. If with what I've seen from the manager coming in, and from what I've seen, with a transfer window, so he will have an opportunity, as a new manager will, he'll have an opportunity to hopefully change one or two things. I'm sure one or two people will leave the club, and we may see one or two fresh faces. So he'll maybe be able to put a little bit more of his own footprint on what he wants in terms of personnel. I would expect to see some continued improved performances and some improved results, and hopefully that can end up taking us where we want it to take us. So obviously it's, there's a bit of a gap, I think, from where we are to where we want to be. So we've got to bridge that gap. And but there are a lot of games in a short space of time between now and the end of the season. So we need to steer clear of injuries. I know everybody says that, but we most certainly do. Because we're light actually now. Ward is injured. We're light in certain areas. We can't afford to have any more injuries in certain areas. So that will play a key part. But if we can steer clear of injuries, if we can recruit, if we do recruit well, then I do think we've got a chance of an improved second half of the season.